Surely you must have experienced a very hot day. But can you imagine living on a planet hotter than the surface of the sun? What about living on a planet where it rains glasses? Our universe is filled with deadly planets that we should only admire from afar. Yet we have not discovered them all. As of January 2023, NASA has only discovered 5,297 exoplanets in about 3,904 planetary systems. From the planets with flowing lava and boiling oceans to egg-shaped planets, here are the 10 most terrifying planets ever discovered. Number 10. Kepler 70b. Kepler 70b, known as KOI 55b, is the hottest rocky exoplanet ever discovered. With a temperature of about 13,332 degrees Fahrenheit or 7,389 degrees Celsius, the rocky planet is hotter than the Sun's surface. Although Kepler 70b is similar to Earth in density, it takes about 5.76 hours or 345 minutes to complete its orbit around its star. Its host star, Kepler 70, a red giant, is about 6 times hotter than the Sun and nearing its final death. It is expected that Kepler 70b, which is so close to its host star and is already vaporizing, will soon be destroyed. Kepler 70b is only 0.006 astronomical units, about 900,000 kilometers or 557,735 miles away from its star. In comparison, Wiki Mercury is 0.4 AU, about 58 million kilometers or 36 million miles from the Sun. The Kepler telescope discovered Kepler 70b in 2011, and it would take us about 4,000 years to get to the planet if we traveled at the speed of light. Luckily, we have no intention of visiting this literal hell. Number 9. Corot 7b. Discovered in 2009 in the constellation of the Monoceros, Corot 7b is a terrestrial planet similar to Earth in density and diameter. It is about 522 light-years away from Earth and orbits its host star, Corot 7. The planet is only about 2.6 million kilometers or 1.6 million miles away from its host star, and it takes just 20 hours to revolve around it. For all its similarities to Earth, it is not as habitable as our planet. At a temperature of 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 2,000 degrees Celsius, it is unlikely that any organism would survive on Corot 7b. Its proximity to its star means that one hemisphere is tidally locked and receives all the heat. At the same time, the other part is at minus 392 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 236 degrees Celsius. The day side is so hot that it is an ocean of flowing lava, and the night side is so cold that it is icy. Corot 7b is simply a planet with 2 hells. Number 8. 55 Cancri e. 55 Cancri e is an exoplanet that is twice the size of Earth. It takes about 18 hours to complete one revolution around its star. 55 Cancri e is a very hot planet, recording temperatures of about 4,200 degrees Fahrenheit or 2,300 degrees Celsius. It was discovered on August 30th, 2004, and dubbed the Diamond Planet because scientists believe it is a rocky planet rich in carbon. If that is true, then the extreme temperatures and pressures on the planet would have transformed the carbon into diamonds. Although many scientists have abandoned that school of thought, 55 Cancri E continues to intrigue scientists. Following investigations, scientists announced in late 2017 that they observed a vast lava ocean on the planet. Number 7. GJ504b. Also known as Gliese 504b or simply the Pink Planet, GJ504b is considered a Jovian planet. That means it's a giant planet filled with mostly gas and is in the same class as Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune. Nevertheless, GJ504b is 4 times the size of Jupiter and orbits its host star GJ504. It was discovered in 2013 and took nearly 260 years to complete one revolution. At a distance of 57 light-years, we're safe from the heat of this gas giant. Its pink color, which is actually a dull magenta, is believed by scientists to be the glow from its formation. At a temperature of 460 degrees Fahrenheit or 237 degrees Celsius, this planet is not to be toyed with. Number 6. TOI 849b. TOI 849b is about half the mass of Saturn, but it must have fallen in love with its star because it is so close to it that it completes its revolution around it in less than a day. Its star, which resembles our Sun, does not seem to share its affections and has destroyed its atmosphere, leaving the gas giant exposed. This exoplanet doesn't seem to care, though. It proudly bears the extreme temperature of almost 2,800 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,500 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, the exoplanet is hotter than our Venus. Discovered in 2020, TOI 849b has a mass of almost 40 Earths. Strangely, it's only 3 times as big. Number 5. PSR B1257 plus 12b. If nothing else scares you about this planet, its name should. According to scientists, it's one of the creepiest planets ever discovered. Fortunately, it's 1,957 light-years away from us. The poltergeist, as it's also called, orbits an undead star called a pulsar. A pulsar is a rapidly rotating neutron star. In other words, it is the dense remnants of the collapsed core of a massive supergiant star. It shares this terrible fate with 2 other doomed planets, Draugr and Phobator. These pulsar planets are under constant radiation from the pulsar. PSR B1257 plus 12b was discovered in 1994 and completes its orbit around the pulsar in a little over 25 days. With the constant radiation from the pulsar, it's unlikely that anything can exist in this zone. In time, these planets will be destroyed by the persistent radiation from the pulsar. Number 4. KELT-9b. KELT-9b was discovered in 2017 and is the hottest planet ever discovered. It has temperatures of more than 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit or 4,316 degrees Celsius in the daytime. At this temperature, KELT-9b is hotter than various stars. For all its hotness, KELT-9b is only a planet. The real burning furnace is KELT-9, a blue A-type star which is twice as large and hot as our Sun and bombards the gas planet with ultraviolet radiation. The temperature in KELT-9b is so high that molecules cannot remain intact. Hydrogen molecules are shredded apart at the day side. They can only join together when they flow towards the tidally locked night side of the planet. This gas giant is nearly 3 times the size of Jupiter. Perhaps this is the hell that the holy books of many different religions talk about. Number 3. AU Microscopii b. This gas giant is about 32 light-years away from us, so we should be grateful. The planet is under constant X-ray and other deadly radiation blasts from its star, ensuring any chance of life existing there is completely thwarted. AU Microscopii b is located inside one of the youngest planetary systems ever observed by scientists. The Neptune-like gas giant was discovered in 2020 and is 0.066 AU from its star. It completes its orbit around its star in 8.5 days and has a mass of 20.12 Earths. It is imprisoned inside a huge stellar disk of ghostly dust called a debris disk. Number 2. WASP-12b. WASP-12b is unlike other planets you have ever seen. It was discovered in 2008 and has been called the ultimate Frankenstein creation. However, this description doesn't come close to doing this planet justice. It is unusually shaped when compared to many other planets, as it is shaped like an egg. The most interesting part about this is also the most unfortunate, as it likely won't survive to see the next 10 million years. 10 million years might seem like a really long time for us, but it's almost a blink of an eye in terms of the expanse of the universe. WASP-12b is a doomed planet because it is being torn apart by its star. The gravity and the huge tidal forces have stretched the planet into an egg-shaped gas giant. It takes just 1.1 days to revolve around its star, which is in the process of slowly cannibalizing the egg-shaped planet. This planet has a temperature of about 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 2,210 degrees Celsius. At only 1,393 light-years away, this gaseous giant is a chaotic piece of mystery and quite an unusual find among the many planets in the universe. Number 1. TRAPPIST-1b. Located 41 light-years away, TRAPPIST-1b is larger than Earth and could be a rocky planet. Discovered in 2016, this planet takes almost 2 days to complete an orbit around its M-type star. It has a mass of 1.374 Earths and is 0.01154 AU away from its star, TRAPPIST-1. The star is estimated to be older than our solar system, which could have contributed to TRAPPIST-1b having an atmosphere larger than Earth's. Although the planet is 12% bigger than Earth, it has the same mass as our blue planet. Besides its large atmosphere, TRAPPIST-1b is potentially rich in CO2. Still, its heat makes it impossible for sulfuric acid clouds to form, like on Venus. Which of these planets was the most terrifying? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Yes, these planets are terrifying, but they do not compare to these space images. For one, the space images in this video will give these terrifying planets a run for their money and will give you nothing but nightmares.